Hello students, we are studying our first chapter of economics, that is development, for class 10th. Till now we studied a lot in this chapter. We studied that what is the meaning of development, why development is different for each and every person, how the one person's development is not the development for other, and it can be destruction for that person. Then we studied that how people think about their jobs, like what they want. Okay, is there only income is the big issue, or other things they want or not? Now we are then we discussed here income and other criterias. Income and other criteria, firstly we discussed about the that how to compare different countries or state. How can we make difference between the countries? By this country is developed and this is not. So what are those criteria? So yes, last part I told you the per capita income, it means the per person's income of the country, and education, health facilities, we will discuss about it. Till now we studied this. I told you in the last video about average income, otherwise the per capita income. How do we get that? For knowing that, you can watch that. Okay, then we discuss about this aspect also, rich and poor. That now we have come on very important aspect of this chapter, that is income and other criterias. Income and other criterias means, like income we got to know, income we understood. Income, it means how can we differentiate between one country and another country, one state and another state. So as I gave you example in the last video of America and India, that America is having 12,000, more than $12,000 per year per capita income per person earn there around $12,000. In India, this criteria is only 1800. So we can see this very big gap here. So that's why they are developed country and we are developing. Okay. So, and which countries, those who get per capita income less than $1,000, so they come under underdeveloped countries. So India is not underdeveloped or developed. India is developing country. So that was talking about the countries, but here we can see we are we can say comparing our states. What they are saying in Haryana, as we can see, Haryana people get what per capita income is 1,62,000 rupees. Kerala people is having 1,55,516, but Bihar people is having only 34,000. So by this we can see which state is developed and which is not, which is more developed and which is underdeveloped. Okay, so as we can see by the only income. Okay, only we are talking about income, other criteria we will discuss later. So as we can see here, we can see that Haryana is getting more and more money here. Okay, Haryana people are getting more money. So it means if we talk about the income aspect, the per capita income, the money aspect, so people of Haryana are having the money. Okay, so like this we can discuss. If we want to compare other state also, so we can make a list, either UP, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, they are having this, they are having this. So according to this we can consider that which country is developed, or sorry, which state is more developed, or which countries, which states people are getting more money. Okay, I hope you understand this. Okay, so now we will discuss about other criteria. Which are those other criteria? If you will read this now, so you will get the same thing which I am telling you. Same thing in this table you can see Haryana, Kerala, Bihar. Actually this figure are for the per capita income, state domestic product at the current price of 2015-16 and this and that. So roughly we can see that which state is more good or which is not, you know? So like that simply. So now we have come on this one, the table number 1.4, some comparison data on Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. So that was we have seen that was just because just based on money, it means per capita income. But this table is not only about the money, this is about other things also. Like here we can see in the first row, that is infant mortality rate. Beta, you need to know first what is the meaning of infant mortality rate. The definition is given here. It is, in short, it is called IMR. It means it indicates the IMR, or infant mortality rate, indicates the number of children that die before the age of 1 year as a proportion of 1,000 live children born in that particular year. Okay, do you understand something? No. Okay, if we take any area, okay, if we take this area, just believe it is any state number A or name A, है ना? So they are talking, what they are talking, कि per 1,000 children which they take the birth, okay, which born in a year, so per thousand it means, just believe 10,000 children take the birth in a year in this state number A. Okay, so they are talking 10,000, this is only 1,000, na? Okay, 10,000. Okay, so on per 1,000 children, how many children dies, है ना? So just believe in out of 10,000, 200 children died. Okay, 200 children died. So per 1,000 how many it will be? Okay, it will be per 1,000 20. Okay, so per 1,000 it will become 20. So this data, it means 20 will be the IMR, infant mortality rate, IMR of state A. Okay, if per 10,000, it means in a year 10,000 children took the birth. So if 200 dies from that, so it means the infant mortality rate, because in a year, before completing the age of 1 year, out of 1,000, okay, before completing 1 year, out of 1,000, how many children dies in a state, that is called infant mortality rate. Now why we consider it? So it tells beta ki, it tells that why infant mortality rate is very important, because we know which is, we are human being, है ना? So in what age or in what condition we are very weak, so when we take the birth, so our first year is very critical, है ना? So if it shows, this infant mortality rate shows, if this rate is 20, somewhere 30, somewhere 50, somewhere 60, है ना, out of 1,000. Okay, if it will be, so we can see that in this state number A, only 20 children dies, in B 30, in C 50, in D 60. So we can see here 60 are dying out of 1,000, means this state is not providing good health facilities. This is better than this, and B is better than C and D, and A is better than this all. Okay, so we can see, if any state which is providing less infant mortality rate, means that state is providing good health facilities, and that state will consider developed. Okay, developed, it means a person, a simple thing we can say, a person is having the money, a family is having the money, but they cannot save their children, just because the health facilities are not good in the state. So how can we say that that country or that state is good, or they are developed, है ना? So only money does not consider in seeing any country or state developed. So as we can see, I hope I make you understand about this infant mortality rate. So now we talked about little upstairs, we can say, we have seen here कि भाई Haryana is on number 1, Kerala in number 2, Bihar in on the last. But now we need to see here. Then Haryana mortality rate is 36 and Kerala 12. So there in money matter, Haryana was number 1, Kerala was number 2, but here we can see Kerala number 1 in when we talk about the infant mortality rate. So this aspect, only money does not matter. So that's why here Kerala is on the number 1 here, because they are providing very nice facility of health, okay, to the people, and they save more and more children's life. Okay, so Haryana 36, and here Bihar we can say again on last number. Okay, now we come on the literacy rate. So I hope you know about it. Literacy rate they are also have given here. They also have given here literacy rate measures the proportion of literate population in the 7 and above age. Okay, I just want to tell you how it is considered in our country. But the basically it is said, if a person who is having age of 7 year or above the 7 year, and he or she can read any language and write any language. Okay, understand? If a person of age 7 or more than 7, they can read any language, or they can write in any language, so they are considered as literate. Okay, educated, literate, है ना? So that is called literacy rate. Okay, so in which state the literacy rate is good? So simply thing you can say, by if I ask this question to you कि भाई in any state children are or population of that state, by one state population 70% population is educated. Okay, second state is there which is if 80% population is educated or literate, and one state is there which having 90. So which is the better? So simple thing you can say, only money and health is not the matter, but education should be there. So this is also very critical funda. So we can see here literacy rate, Haryana is having around 82%. Around 82% population is educated. But here Kerala we can see again on number 1 with 94%. In Bihar 62. Okay, again last. Now attendance ratio. Okay, again we come here. Net attendance ratio is the total number of children of age group 14 and 15 years attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. Okay, what they are telling here, कि भाई we all know that in India education is compulsory or free for 6 to 14 years of children. It means class 1st to 8th. But after that many children leave the school. Okay, so they are just asking the student who are attending the school in age of 13 year or 14 year, are they attending the school in 15 year also? Okay, drop out तो नहीं हो रहा है, is there not drop out of the school? So that is called net attendance ratio. Okay, so in which state net attendance ratio is much? So in Haryana only 61, and in Kerala 83, in Bihar 43. 43 it means we can minus here. It means in Bihar 62% student get education till only 8th class, and how many students leave then? Around 19% student leave the school after completing their class 8th. They don't get admission in class 9th. Okay, so say, but as we can see same here in Kerala around 90, it means 94% minus 83, it means around 9% student leave the classes there. So this is also very important aspect to know about any country's development or any state development. Okay, so I hope you understood. Only per capita income is not necessary or important. The net attendance ratio, literacy rate, and infant mortality rate is also very needable. So I hope you understand this. Same aspect we take when we talk about different countries na. So on same different countries we talk the per capita income, okay, education, okay, health services, okay, public health facilities, what public facilities they provide, है ना? So different aspect we also take if we talk about the other countries. Okay, so now next we go to the next one. Same thing you will see here which I told you, same thing you are given here. Okay, Here, public facility, we will talk about it. What are public facilities? Okay. Firstly, I want to tell you this. Money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. Okay, now what are the public facilities? The facilities which are given by government to the public. Again, the facilities which are given by the government to the public, that is called public facilities. Now what they are saying in these lines, money cannot buy all the services. Okay, money cannot buy all the services. It means, just to believe you are having 5 lakh rupees in your account, it means you are well enough person, na? So you cannot buy everything. If you want to go to Chennai, so it means then you will buy a car for going there, no? So then you want public facility. Okay, public facility, it means you want bus. So you are not owning the bus, you are not owning the flight, or you are not owning the train. Okay, it is not your, it is given by the government to the public. Okay, so if a country if a country, or if a government given more and more public facilities to the people, so meaning of that, they are good, they are developed. Okay, they are providing more and more facilities to their people. Okay, it also considered there. So as we can see, by you are going in the market and suddenly you feel thirsty. So now two options are there. You go to shop, you will purchase the water bottle, you will pay there 50 to 15 or 20 rupees, one option. Second, you will see here there, and you will find one place where government has placed a we can say drinking water facility for you. You go there and take water. So now you are saving your 15-20 rupees. Okay, so it means, and every person can go there and they can drink there. So simply is that it saves our money, है ना? If you want to travel 20 kilometers, so if we go by our bike or our car, so we will lose 1 liter petrol by the car. Okay, but at the same time, if you want to go by the bus, so we will just have to pay only 20 or 30 rupees. We save the money. As much as long you will go, you will save the money. Okay, so these are called public facilities. So now it is your homework also. You can see around you that what public facilities do you get from the government, and you can see, you can talk about the government hospitals, government schools. Okay, road facilities, bus, railways. Okay, you can write about it, and you can if you want to write about that those facilities something, so you can tell. So this is called public facility. Okay, so in public facility now, we can talk about the government hospitals, as I told you. So they have given here ki then Kerala has low infant mortality rate. It means less children die there after taking birth till 1 year. So that's why we can say they have given more concentration to the health facilities, health and education facilities. Now people are well developed there. Developed means they are educated, they are well healthy. So that's why that this state is considered good or developed. Okay, now we have come on the another aspect. One you can see here, this is Human Development Report, HDR. Okay, Human Development Report. So one, it is realized then, even though the level of income is important, yet it is yet it is an inadequate measure of the level of development. We begin to think of other creations. Sorry. Okay, there could be a long list of such cases, but then it would not be so useful. What we need a small number of most important things: health, education, indicators such as the one we used in comparison of Kerala and Haryana. We are among them. Over the past decades, so health and education indicators come to be widely used along with the income as measure of development. For instance, Human Development Report is published by UNDP, okay, United Nations Development Program, okay, this is the full form of this United Nation Development Program. Okay, so what they do, they see whole world, it means the different country, they do the survey, and after getting survey they make their data, and after the data they give the ranking to the countries. Okay, they give the ranking, which country on number 1, number 2, number 3, number last, है ना. So that is okay. Now next point here we can see what she is doing. She is measuring the height, okay, and she will measure the weight also. So as you can study and you experienced in SBSB activities, your teachers have taken your length, it means height, and your weight, and after that they tell you about the BMI, it means body mass index. Body mass index tells us that a person is healthy or not. Okay, if if we can say body mass index is over 25, it is over 25, so you are obesity with, you are having problem of obesity, it means fat, you are having more fat. And if you are under 18.5, I'm just telling it by my own knowledge, okay, so you can see here age also becomes a factor, and age then height, age इतना factor नहीं करती है, but age and sorry health, sorry इसमें क्या हो सकता है कि height and weight इसमें measure करता है. इसमें क्या कर सकते हैं, what we do that we do okay, so this is we can say uh, con okay, convert the height record in centimeters into meters, divided the weight in kg by the square of the height. Okay, so what they are saying, it means just believe you are having 56 kg weight and you are having 165 centimeter height. Okay, so 165 they will convert into meters, and after that square. Okay, so what result you will get, that will be your body mass index, it means BMI. Okay, so if BMI is below 18.5, so it means you are malnourished, you need to gain more weight. If you are above 25, so then you have got more and more weight, so you need to reduce that. So in between that you are healthy, so that is BMI. Now table number 1.6 we will discuss some data regarding India and its neighboring countries, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh. As we can see here, here is gross national income, GNI, in per capita income. Here we can see, okay, per capita income. Okay, here we can see per capita income of India according to 2015. It changes many time, it changes. If you will go on the Google, you will see now it is different. I will show you that also in notes, I will provide you. Okay, so Sri Lanka is having 10,789. India is having around above 5,000. Myanmar is also having around 5,000. Pakistan around 5,000. Nepal 2,377. So it is their per capita income according to dollar. It is in dollars. Okay, the per capita income, it means income of a year. Now life expectancy. Life expectancy shows the health facilities also. Life expectancy means expectancy. So it means like how much a person will live in a country. So when the living condition will be good, the health facility will be good, the person will live more in the country. So as we can see here in Sri Lanka, because they are having good what they are having, they are having good income, and as we can see, so here the life expectancy is good, it means they are providing good health facilities also. We can see here in India 868.3, Myanmar 60, like this. Okay, so life expectancy, it means they are good in health services. mean year of the schooling of people age 25 and above. Okay, it doesn't mean a lot. So okay, HDI, it means Human Development Index, as we discussed Abhina. So HDI rank in the world. So Sri Lanka stands on 73 number. Okay, this is like this. So top country will be on number 1. Okay, so they are standing on 73. Okay, and India is just here 131. Okay, and Myanmar is just below India 145, then Pakistan 147, then so it means we are very bad condition. It means in the world, when these all aspects are seeing na, it means income, we can say education, and what we can see, the education, health facilities, public facilities, then all thing when make it together, so India comes on 131 number. Okay, so you can read this also. SDI talks about 188 countries total, so they talk about life expectancy, birth donates, and the different aspects they take. Okay, so I hope you understand this. If you will study, then you will get